Yo, greetings, great people. On a beautiful, beautiful Saturday reflection sessions. How y'all doing? Blessings. What's going on? We're talking about energy today. Talking about your energy, right? We're talking about your energy. So, I did a video. I uploaded a video the other day that I talked about burnout, right? Talked about burnout a little bit. Let me get up here and get out the way. Got joggers. I'm on the golf course. Let me get out the way. Assault, what's good? The Healing Chamber. How y'all doing? Sending, trying to get some people in here, maybe not, whatever. So I talked about burnout, right? Talked about burnout a little bit. And really, when I was talking about burnout, I was really speaking more about your energy, right? Energetics. Cats and Coconuts, how you doing? Your energetics, your energy, right? And here's the thing that, it's a few things I want to touch on with that, right? I was talking more about. Good, ladies. Thank you. I was speaking more about how people reach burnout and some of the causes of burnout for a lot of us. Entrepreneurs, business owners, right? Or even just in your regular everyday life, right? How we reach burnout and what that looks like and why. But the thing is, it's more about the results, right? I wanted to tie all of this into the results that you get in your life, right? The results that you're looking for in your life, right? Your energy, right? It's always telling you when you off course. It's always telling you when you off course. It's always telling you when you are on course, right? Your energy is always moving, right? It's that way of knowing, right? It's that inner knowing, right? The thing is paying attention, right? Like I did a live a few weeks ago about attention, right? What has your attention? Who has your attention? Because sometimes you're ignoring your energy, right? You're ignoring what it's telling you. The Healing Chamber say your GPS. Absolutely. It's your inner GPS. It's that compass, right? For those in human design, it's the G center, right? It's that inner knowing, the G center. The G center is your identity. It's your direction, right? It's about your direction, your identity and love, right? So paying attention and being aware of that, right? Like, so I talked about in the last video, in that video, for people experiencing burnout, it's because you're operating out of alignment with your own energy, with your own energetics. You're operating out of alignment. You're not in alignment with your inner energy, with your energy, right? And it's pulling you. It's pulling you in other ways, right? A lot of us get distracted. What somebody said, who's doing this, which way should I go? Somebody's pulling you in one direction. Somebody's pulling you in another direction, right? Are you paying attention to the direction that your energy is pulling you, right? Or magnetizing you, right? Because it's that energy. When we talking energetics, we're talking about a magnetic pull, right? We're talking about something that's attracting, right? We're talking about something that's that's very magnetic. It's attracting. It's pulling you, right? But a lot of times we get so caught up in conditioning and what our parents wanted for us, what our grandparents wanted for us, influence from our friends, influence from family, influence from the community, right? Influence from society, influence from everything around you, that you lose sight. You lose sight of your own energy. You lose sight of your own energetics, right? It's something that I want to touch on. The Healing Chamber spoke about this in the earlier video, where she said, if you go back to when you were a child, look at how you operated when you were a child, right? Look at the things you did, right? She spoke about it in reference to your digestion, right? But look at how you operated overall. Look at what your energy was like as a child, right? If it was playful. Some children had very serious energy, right? Some children have very playful energy, right? But it's so natural, right? I was just looking at a picture. I sent the picture to my sister the other day. Like I had, your Google Photos, it comes up, memories, right? And there's a picture of my granddaughter in there, and she looks, Healing Chamber says she had very serious energy. It shows. But I was looking at this picture. It came up. I didn't even realize I had this picture, but there was this picture of my granddaughter, and it looked so much like it's a spitting image of my grandmother. Like the look she had, the seriousness, the way she, the facial structure, everything was looking so serious. And even though she's very playful, she's very, like, my granddaughter has a very serious disposition, right? So I pay attention to things like that. I pay attention when I'm working with people and we talking about, I always ask, what was your life like as a kid, right? How was your energy as a kid, right? So when we're talking about your energy and how that relates to burnout, right? I don't want to really hone in on burnout because I don't want to move things from like this broken place or, this place of dissatisfaction or this place of anger or frustration or bitterness, right? I want us to start looking at our energy from a place of magnetism, right? Am I magnetizing a distraction, or am I magnetizing my true direction, my true identity, right? What is my identity, right? So as an entrepreneur, right, as a business owner, what is your identity? How are you moving and shaking in your identity in your business? Are you moving from the space of your true identity, your true energy, right? Because that's what's gonna allow you to grow and move and sustain and also bring on the right people, right? The right people that are an energetic match, right? So when I was talking about in that video, right? And I'm always back to ecosystems. Your ecosystem needs to be an energetic match. The people in your ecosystem, the people in your business, the people that you're surrounded with, they need to be an energetic match for your business, for you, in order that y'all can thrive. That's the reason there's a penta. The penta shows the energetic match in your ecosystem, right? Those 3 to 5 people, those 3 to 5 people in your business, that foundational piece, right? Like I did the video a few weeks back. Who's your starting 5, right? Who's your hacker? Who's your fixer, right? Who's your fixer? Who's your closer? Who's your visionary? Who's your artist? You know what I'm saying? You need that. Those five, right? You and those other four are what make up the core of your energetic ball, right? That energetic ball, that's the core. Those five that y'all make up, that's that energetic ball, right? And as long as you have the energetic match to your energy and each other's energy, guess what? You don't have to suffer from burnout. Now, don't get me wrong. It takes a little while to get to that. Like, you have to hire and fire a few people. There's going to be people in and out. It's going to, like, you, because you're seeking that energetic match. You know what I'm saying? It's not always going to, because we're looking for healthy energetics. We're looking for people that are moving in healthy mechanics. We're looking for people that have a sense of self, right? People that have a sense of their own energy and how they should be maneuvering and how they should operate, right? So at times there's going to be, this rift, right? As things, when you start building something, it don't just go together, right? You still got to pay attention. You still have to maneuver from a space of growth, right? You still got to maneuver from a space of molding, right? You're still molding things. You're still designing it, right? You're still building it, right? So when it comes to that energetic match, right? How are you molding this energy? How are you molding things to come together in these mechanics? You know what I'm saying? In your own energy, because you still got to move from your own energy. If you are the core, right? You are the core attraction. You are the core piece. You in your own business, you in your own life, you are the core piece. Then moving from a space of what am I attracting? Is my energy, am I moving in my energy correctly? Am I moving in my own mechanics correctly? Right? Knowing what that is, knowing who you are, right? That G center, right? My identity. My identity helps me with my direction. My identity shows me what my direction is. My identity allows me to see who I need to be affiliated with, who needs to be in my space, and who doesn't, right? Like the Healing Chamber said, it's that GPS. It's that inner GPS. Who needs to be close to me, and who do I need to repel, right? Who do I need to repel? Who needs to be close to me? Because this is going to make the difference in my life. This is what makes a difference in whether or not I excel, whether or not I succeed. This is what makes a difference in whether or not I have growth, right? The energy, the energetics, who's connected to me. Ah, man, I forgot to put on my do not disturb. Who's connected to me? Who's pulling, who am I being distracted, right? In that ecosystem, we talk about invasive species, right? The invasive species is the distraction. Anytime you feel like you being distracted from your mission, that's an invasive species. When somebody's pulling your energy out of alignment, that's an invasive species. They're upsetting the ecosystem, right? So we have to be in a space of knowing what our energy truly is. We have to know, like, standing firm. We have to be firm in knowing what does our energy truly feel like? Like, how many of us have actually taken the time to figure out and understand our own energy? without somebody, without your spouse, without your boyfriend, your girlfriend, without your aunt, your uncle, without your sister, your brother, without even without your children, even without the babies that you birth. How many of us have taken the time to figure out and sit in our own energy without all of the distractions, without being pulled in one way or another, right? Without having to answer to somebody, right? Without having to say, without having to hear somebody say mom or dad, right? Without having to hear somebody say they're hungry, they need food, whatever it might be, right? How many of us have really taken the time to sit in our own energy and know what that feels like? Know how to move from that space, right? To understand what is it that magnetizes or attracts me, or that I attract to me, right? That's what your energy is telling. Your energy is telling you a story, right? And that's where it goes back to being a kid, right? Your energy is always telling you a story. It's always pulling, right? The energy is reciprocal. You know what I'm saying? So, as a kid, you had certain friends. You had those friends that y'all were like my mom would call you frickin' frack, right? Or Heckle and Jekyll, right? You always together. There's two peas in a pod, right? Those were those energetic matches. Those people were energetic matches to your energy, right? It was that bond, right? That bond that even when you disliked each other, there was still something that kept you bonded, right? It was that energy. It was your energy. Your energy called out to their energy called out to yours, right? So from the space of being burnt out, because remember, a lot of times when you were a kid, you never experienced burnout. You hardly ever experienced burnout when you were a kid, right? A lot of times, I know for me, my burnout experiences as a kid was around adults. My burnout experiences as a kid was around being around adults that tried to shut my energy down. That was my burnout. Hated it. Like, no, get it. Like, I'm an outdoorsy person. I love being outside. I love movement, right? Whenever adults tried to shut that down or tried to put a cap on that, or tried to make me, be still, whatever it might be, that's when I experienced burnout. Pay attention to your children. When they go to school, they come home from school, right? They be tired, or they're not paying attention to school. That's burnout. It's the same thing as you being at work. It's the same thing as you being at work 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours a day. They at school 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours a day, whatever it might be, right? And you feel like you don't want to be there. It's burnout. Your children are experiencing burnout too. The school is the job just for kids, right? So when it comes to that, like I said in that video, 80% of high performers have been experiencing burnout, right? Now it's a talk. There's a huge talk around burnout now, right? A lot of people don't want to work, especially since COVID. COVID hit, people saw that they could sit inside. They realized this work life ain't working for me, right? I'm gonna go start a side hustle, right? Or they just decided they want to work from home, right? They don't want anything demanding on their life, right? Now, that's twofold. That can be good and bad, right? Especially when you're a business owner and you're trying to hire somebody and you need them to perform, right? And they're very lackadaisical in their performance, right? A lot of times they don't know what they're doing, right? A lot of times people just looking for a job. Especially if you are an entrepreneur or a business owner who requires a certain level of excellence, right? Because especially if you're in a startup, I'm gonna tell you what one of the things being learned is in startups is you need those five, that core group of five. All of y'all need to have like this very entrepreneurial mindset, right? Your closer has to have that entrepreneurial mindset that nothing will stand in the way, nothing will stop them, right? They're gonna close deals, right? Your hacker has to have that entrepreneur, that the hacker has to be in that space of I'm gonna figure out, right, the back door to this shit, right? No matter what, I'm gonna figure it out. You dig what I'm saying? The visionary has to have that sense of this vision, this big vision that I'm thinking of. Like, I'm not gonna let anything stand in the way. Nothing's gonna stop me, right? Because what happens is when you get people that don't have, knowing that astrological sign, human design helps. Absolutely. I was gonna touch on that. It is they gotta have that piece. They gotta have that drive, right? They gotta understand that why. They have to understand their own energy, right? Which is their astro, their human design. They have to know what they're in, how they show up. A lot of people don't even know how they show up. They think they know how they show up because they've been conditioned. They've been working in corporate, right? They've been sitting at a desk. So yeah, they feel like that's the performance, right? That's not performance. You dig what I'm saying? So what I mean is they gotta have that drive that the obstacles aren't bigger than they why. Once the obstacle is bigger than their energetic drive, guess what? It's done. It's done. They're gonna give up. They're gonna quit. We just had it. Once the obstacle is bigger than they why, right? So you gotta figure out, what is the why? Why are you here? Not just what you bringing. Why are you here? Why are you here? What purpose do you serve? What are you looking to get out of this? What are you looking to grow? Like, how are you looking to grow from this? What experience are you wanting from this? How do you want to grow from this? And what do you want to contribute to this? Right? And be firm in that. Right? And understanding their energetics. We got to understand their energetics. We have to understand their energetics. Yes, people have made businesses work without knowing astro, without knowing human design. But guess what? Most of them, 90% of them, are experiencing burnout. They pushing, they just pushing through. They pushing through. And the reason you can tell, the reason you could tell, because guess what? They're dealing with a lot of health issues, right? We've seen all of these like very successful people start dealing with health issues, right? And you wonder, like, and I mean like physically fit people. They've been physically top conditioning, physically fit, wealthy, right? They got the money, right? They got the cars, they got the possessions, they got all of these things. But then they have these health issues. Why? Because they've been pushing. They've been operating outside of their energetics. They've been pushing themselves. They've been making themselves go through it. You dig what I'm saying? They're not moving in their energetics. The team that they have around them is not moving in their energetics. Everybody's just moving because they can see something or they know what needs to happen. But is it energetically correct? That's what we have to pay attention to. What is energetically correct? Am I moving in my mechanics correctly? Is that making sense? Hopefully that's making sense. Am I moving in my energetics correctly? Am I calling in the people into my space that are energetically correct, right? Because if they not, guess what? They're going to tear your whole house down. Everything that you built, they're going to tear it down, right? Knowingly, unknowingly, they're going to tear it down. Because what you did was you built a house of cards. You dig what I'm saying? You built a house, it's not stable. Or you built your house on sand and not concrete. It's shaky, right? The earth shifted, right? This person shifted your foundation. You dig what I'm saying? So always be thinking about, always be paying attention to, always be in a space of awareness of your own energy, your energetics, your mechanics, right? This is what I love about human design, right? Astro, human design, you know what I mean, metaphysics. I was on a call with somebody and they were talking about connecting me with someone, right? Not your average Scorpio, how you doing? Lone Star Music, how you doing? They were talking about, somebody, connected me with someone, and they were bringing up these these characteristics, right? And I said, none of that matters as long as they're operating in excellence, and as long as they understand, like, this is how I operate, this is how we're operating, and they have some sense of metaphysics and human design, right? For the most part, I don't really deal with a lot of people that don't have or aren't aware of or aren't open to metaphysics, human design, astrology, numerology, cardology, right? Because it takes that level. Like, I don't want to be pulled and I don't want to feel drained. And whenever, for me as a reflector, whenever I want to walk away from something, or whenever I'm feeling drained, or whenever I need, time for myself, or whenever I'm spaced, right, and I'm just in another space, like, there has to be a level of comprehension and understanding, and vice versa, right? And I need people to understand their own energetics, right? So they're not projecting things, or even to understand when they projecting something. You know what I'm saying? So having a comprehension of your own energy is so important. It's so important. Right? It's unmatched. When you know your own energy, you know when you're being pulled out of alignment. You know when somebody come in your space and you know your energy, you feel it. We feel it. We feel it. Sometimes we ignore it. We choose to ignore it. Or we try to rationalize it, right? We try to, there's this, well, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just in my head. Maybe this, and this. Maybe that, right? And you know when somebody is good for you. You can feel it. You can feel when somebody's good for you. I can feel when somebody's good for me, because it's not a struggle. The energy just feels right, right? I was talking to somebody and we were talking about energetics. We were talking about our energetics, right? And I was saying how I know it's good because it feels like Tai Chi, right? For those that are familiar with Tai Chi, it's the flow of chi, it's the flow of energy, right? It's the give and receive, it's the push pull, right? It's not forced, right? It's very fluid, right? The energetic, the reciprocal energy, the circulation of energy is very fluid, right? We know this. I pay attention to that wholeheartedly. Like, does this feel forced? Right? If it feels forced, then there's something I need to pay attention to. If it doesn't feel forced, then it's telling me that there's something good in this, right? Even if it's just a lesson in it, right? It's something good in this because the energy is reciprocal. You dig what I'm saying? The circulation of the energy, the flow of energy, it feels not easy, but it is. It does have this feeling of ease, right? You know, you have those people that you can be around, and it just feels easy to be with them, right? Now you got to be careful of that. And this is where knowing your energy comes to play, right? Because a lot of times, because of conditioning, right, we fall into these places that feel easy because it's familiar. Right? Familiarity breeds contempt. So pay attention to, is this familiar? Does it feel familiar because of past things? Right? Or does it feel easy because it just is? I'm able to just be with this person. Right? When you're in a work setting, when you're when you're a business owner and you're building, right? You building your team, are you able to just be? Right? Are you able to laugh, have fun, joke? Is the energy comforting? Is the energy like inviting? Right? There's a difference in being familiar and being invited. Right? Does the energy feel inviting? Does the energy feel like it's the flow is of ease? It's that energetic flow. It's that swaying, right? It's like the wind blowing the tree, but not too hard. And you see in the tree just swaying in the wind. It looks good. It feels good, right? The wind blowing on you, but it's not too strong. It's not blowing dust in your face and eyes. It just feels good, right? It's that breeze. It's like me standing here right now and the sun's out. You know what I'm saying? It feels good. It's not hot. I'm not burning up, right? I'm not trying to hide from the sun. It feels good, right? The energy flow feels good. You know what I'm saying? So the awareness of that is so important. Making sure you're aware of that, especially when you're building your team, right? Those core pieces, right? This will alleviate burnout. This will alleviate chaos, right? Knowing your own energetics, knowing how to move in your mechanics and your energy properly, right? Building the correct ecosystem, right? Those core pieces, that core ball of energy, that energetic core, right? Having systems and processes in place. You know what I'm saying? So when you're building, you're always setting up systems and processes, right? You're looking for places where you can automate, right? So let me take it back. So you come with this vision, right? You have this vision. You have these people that want to be involved, right? You're looking for other pieces of the puzzle. You're looking for you're the visionary. You're looking for the artist, right? You're looking for the artist to help you construct or paint this picture, right? You're also looking for the fixer, right? So the fixer is the eraser or the fixer. The fixer is the person that helps you put the pieces back together that you broke while you're building, right? Because a lot of times you're moving fast. Things are moving very, very fast. So you got this fixer that comes in. The fixer says, oh, no, you broke this piece. Let me fix this. Or you say, oh man, I broke this piece, right? But you don't have time to go back and fix it. So you need a fixer that can come behind you and fix those pieces that you're breaking while you're on your way to your vision, while the artist is building this thing for you, right? You're building this thing with your artist. The fixer is coming behind y'all and they're fixing these pieces, right? Even when it comes to, hiring other people, right? And they're not a fit, the fixer is coming in and filling those holes. The fixer's coming in and saying, okay, that was broken, right? Okay, now I got to fix this. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the hacker. The hacker's coming in and the hacker's saying, okay, I think I know a shorter way to I know how to shorten the distance from point A to point J, right? Yes, I got to go A, B, C, D, E, F, you know what I mean? But the hacker is saying, I think I know how to shorten this distance right here, right? Not even I think, I know how to shorten this distance, right? I know a quicker way to get from here to here. I know a quicker way to get from A to E without having to go all the way around, the whole pond, right? There's a lever that I can pull, and this gate opens up, and there's this underground tunnel that leads us to the other side. Nobody knew about that. That's what the hacker is there for, right? The hacker says there's this piece in this business model. Here's an automation. The hacker says, yo, we're spending too much time on these manual tasks. So guess what? I have a CRM where we can hold all of this information. We don't have to write it by hand anymore, right? We can hold all this information. And guess what? We can communicate with our clients, right? Through text message or through email, right? Or through voicemail drops, right? The hacker says, okay, here's a system we can use. Here's an automated system that allows us to stop doing manual tasks. And now that speeds up the process, right? Then the closer comes along and the closer says, oh man, you put this in place. Now I got people calling me. Now I'm not, you know what I mean? Or I'm not having to sit at the phone and do all of the dialing. There is an automation, an AI that's doing the dialing for me, right? The phone is ringing. Now all I got to do is pick up the phone and close the deals, right? But those energetics have to coincide. Energetically, y'all have to match. Y'all have to work as a team, right? It's like a football team. It's like a basketball team, right? Y'all ever seen like the Bulls, Golden? That's kind of old, but Golden State, right? You see when they all on point, right? Lakers, you see when LeBron is on. You see when the whole team is on, right? You see when Steph Curry is on and the whole Klay Thompson is on. Everybody's on. That's energetically, they're working together. The energy is matching, right? They running around the court. They know Steph is on. Just get him the ball, right? In your business, this person is on. This person is in the flow, right? Get that person the ball. Energetically, this is what alleviates the burnout. This is what alleviates the chaos. You know what I'm saying? This is what helps you with growth. This is how companies grow. This is how companies scale. This is how you scale in your own life. Energetically being in your own energy, having your own identity, knowing your own energy, right? Knowing the energy of the people around you, your family around you, right? Because even in your family, some people are not energetic matches. Y'all can only spend a certain amount of time with each other. Yes, that's true. Sometimes your family members are not energetic matches. Cousins, aunts, uncles. We ain't all energetic matches to each other. Just because we have technically the same blood running through our veins, that don't mean we're a good energetic match, right? I learned at a very early age, your family blood don't make you family. You know what I'm saying? Like, your family is who you choose. Your family is who's an energetic match to you. You know what I'm saying? Your family is the people that pour into you. Your family is the people that make you feel good. That's who your family is. We've been conditioned that because somebody is a cousin or aunt or uncle or grandparent or, you know what I mean? Like, that's your family. You're supposed to, yeah, but we're not an energetic match. We can't spend time with each other. Like, every time we're around each other, something pops off, something happens. There's an argument, there's a fight, there's something that's off. So pay attention to your energy, other people's energy, those energetic matches, that magnetic pull, right? Are y'all congealing together right, correctly? Right. Your family is the people who support your dreams. Absolutely. Your family is the people that get behind you 100%. Right? Your family will pull you to the side and say, yo, I don't think this is the right move for you. Right? I've been watching, blah, blah, blah. Not that they pushing you, not that they're trying to make you do what they want you to do, but you don't want a bunch of yes men around you. You know what I'm saying? You want people who are energetic matches. Some people are around you because they gain something from that. You want the energetic matches with you when you're building. That's what you want. You want people in your circle who are energetic match to you, who are helping you build. They believe in this vision, right? Because the vision serves the purpose for all of y'all, not just one person. The vision serves the purpose for multiple people. The vision serves the purpose for all of y'all. Right. Asar said they empower you. Absolutely. These people speak life into you. Right? They don't tear you down. They speak life into you. Everybody serves a purpose for each other. Right? You heard we heard the quote, one for all for one. Right? Our gang. You know what I'm saying? So that's my time. I just wanted to touch on your energy, how to keep you from burnout, how to keep you on point, how to keep you moving forward, how to choose the people that's in your ecosystem, that you pull into your ecosystem. If you're a business owner, guess what? It's about building the right ecosystem around you in your family, in your personal life. It's about having the right ecosystem around you. Why? Because this brings you the results that you want. What are the results that you want? Right? You want to grow. The result you want is growth. The result you want is ease. The result you want is freedom. When you building a business, you don't want to feel tied down. Right? You're building a business because you want freedom. You don't want to feel like you can't go anywhere. If I leave, then my business is going to fail. These people don't know how to run. They don't understand the vision, right? They don't understand the avatar. They don't understand the client. They don't understand the systems and operations and how we move. No, when you want to be able to walk away and know wholeheartedly that they know how to operate. They understand the systems and operation. They understand the mission. They understand the vision. they are working towards that even when I'm not around. Right? That's what you want in your business as you're building a business. You know what I'm saying? That's what keeps you, that's what feeds you, that's what keeps you alive. You know, that's what keeps you from dealing with burnout. That's what alleviates the chaos in your life. Right? That's what alleviates, you know, going through these spaces of feeling out of alignment. Right? You want to feel the alignment, and we know what that alignment feels like. So just always be mindful of that. Pay attention to that, right? Pay attention to what that alignment feels like for you, right? And how that alignment feels when you're in a space with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to that. Always be paying attention to your energy. That's my time. That's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Enjoy your Saturday. Saturday reflection. Sign it off. All right. Peace.